on Jesus, all things are possible. I can mount on wings like eagles and soar. When I call on Jesus, mountains are gonna fall. 'Cause he'll move heaven and earth to come rescue me when I call.
Good afternoon, Carol. It's so lovely to have you on my It Is Possible Tuesdays with SANJO program. I want to have a talk with you for the longest while, and I'm so happy that we're able to do it. First of all, tell me your full name and where and when you were born.
McKenzie.
And your date of birth?
13th of January.
Wow. We're in the same age group. And where were you born, Carol?
Mama's Hospital, Hackney.
All right, so you're a Hackney girl.
Yes.
All right. So, Carol, are you the only child for your parents?
No. I'm the youngest. I've got there's 5 of us, and so I've got 3 brothers and 1 sister.
All right, and you're the baby.
Yes.
Were you spoiled?
I don't say I was, but people looking on and would say she was spoiled.
You were the spoiled one.
Yeah.
Okay, what was it like being the youngest in the family?
It was, I would say, fun.
Why?
And I got a lot of perks like piggybacks and sleeping in mum and dad's bed and getting carried up to my own bed.
All the privileges that they didn't get.
Yes. And they just looked on and said, her eyes are open. She's smiling.
So you could walk to your bed instead of being carried out.
I used to time it to perfection that I just laid in the bed and just closed my eyes and just
let them believe you're sleeping.
Made out I was sleeping, and my dad would just say, "Poor baby, she's tired," and carry me to my bed. And the others behind, the brothers and sisters behind, had to walk, and they were trying to bring it to attention, Dad's attention, that I'm not sleeping, and he was just running them to go away.
Because his baby was crying.
Yeah.
His baby was what needed to go to bed.
Yeah.
Okay, so Carol, you were given certain perks because you were the baby. Which school did you attend?
Skinner's Fountain Primary School, Fountain Primary School.
Fountain Primary School.
And then I went on to secondary school, Skinner's
Girls School. Skinner's Girls. All right. What was that like for you? Did your sister go to Skinner's or?
No, she went to a mixed school.
Oh.
And I went to a girls' school.
And did you like it?
Yeah, I didn't know anything else.
Yes, and so that was your own experience, and you enjoyed being there.
Yes.
All right. So, did you always live in the house that you grew up in? Was that the house that you always spent your life in?
The only house I knew.
All right. What was life like for you as a young girl? I know you're the youngest, but what was life like in general?
I would say it was just fun. I enjoyed going to school, and I literally didn't have to have no tips about, and the time is, and it's time to go, because I was already gone.
Yeah.
And I was already up and ready to go.
Yeah. So you had a routine. You knew what time to wake up. You were ready for school. You got the bus.
I loved the school so much.
Yeah.
And I was so disappointed when halfway into the primary school now, myself and my brother was removed, and we were sent to Highland House.
Oh, so you started off of Fountain Road,
yes,
and then you went to Highland Road, and you
at the age of 6, we were taken and went to
a different school.
Yeah.
So all your friends from your old school, you are missing them.
Yes.
Did you make any new friends at Highland House?
Oh yeah.
And do you still have those friends?
Yeah.
Oh wow, that is good.
And a lot of them I knew anyway.
Yeah. Was it because of church?
Yes.
Okay. And what church was it that you attended?
Stoke Newington Seventh-day Adventist.
So Stokey has always been your church.
Yes.
You grew up in that church from tiny tot to adulthood.
Yes.
Oh, fantastic. What are your fondest memories of being at Stoke Newington Church? What's the best memories that you can think of?
I'm going to generalize it now. I found it to be very warm, and the friends I had, which were older than myself, I found them to be very encouraging and take a lot of advice and look upon them and say, I want to be like
them. Yeah. Okay, so you saw them as role models.
Yes.
Now, I've known you now, Carol, for almost 18 years, and there's always something about you. Every Sabbath morning that you come in, you have your handbag and you have a carrier bag, and at lunchtime, you would always be giving something to the kids. What is it that you normally have in your bag?
Different things. It ranges from little chewy sweets to lollipops, packet of crisps, a bar of chocolate.
Was it only the young children that you gave that to?
No, there were some older ones that were just there and said, what about me?
Yeah.
And I said, I don't really have any more, You wait, I'll see. And then I just present them this packet.
So the children, the teenagers, even the young adults were able to be beneficiaries from your little goodie bag.
And my young nephew and niece used to say, Auntie, don't get the big ones, just the children.
But you have a generous spirit, and so you share with everybody. I want you to tell me, Carol, you became unwell at a certain point in your life. When did that happen?
In my 30s, in my mid-30s, I had a very bad headache, and then I became unconscious, and I was taken to the hospital, and they discovered that I had a blood vessel that had burst in my head and had to be operated on.
Prior to that, you were leading a normal, active life, going around, working and so forth. Doing what normal young adults do, living your life.
Yes.
And then this happened. Before I ask you how you felt about it, what when you became aware, what did you notice from your family? How did they react to how you were at this time?
They were very they just accommodated my illness and the changes that it had made, and that I was unable to do things, walk unaided and without somebody giving an arm or without a stick.
Were they sad? Do you think they blamed themselves? What did they say to you?
Yeah, my brothers and sisters, they did in conversation, and when they spoke about when I took ill and stuff, they would say it wasn't fair and it should have been one of them, because I had just started, I hadn't had any life, and I had just started to live life and do things, and it should be all snatched away.
Yeah. And so they felt for you, they wanted to have been there.
Yes, because they were older and they had a taste of life, and why wasn't it one of them because of their age and
How did you feel at the time, Carol?
I was more being unable to do certain things. I kind of accepted it, but what really got me was the friends I thought were friends that just dropped off, and because I couldn't run, I couldn't do a lot of the things that I used to was able to do before. And so one by one, they no longer came around. They no longer invited me to their home, and I was just like dropped off. I was just dropped out, left out of all the social activities, and
that must
even I've gone as far as social activities, even conversations. They didn't like include me.
Do you think that it was because they were nervous about talking to you? They didn't know what to say. They were unsure.
Yes and no-ish. Because I think they didn't know how to deal with it themselves. And I was just expecting everybody to just have this understanding.
Yeah. And it does take a lot, especially when they look at you and they're thinking, but this is not the vibrant person I know.
Yes.
What do I say to Carol, How do I make sure that I say the right thing?
And I look back now and I think the only one that didn't know me when I was up and about and in my fit stage, in my earlier years, in my was Salome, Cara Kay and Kenji.
Yeah.
But they've just warmed to me so much.
Yeah, and Cara Kay and Kenji are your
nephew and niece. And they're so attentive.
Yes.
And like my other two nephew and nieces and my 3 nephews and 2 nephews and 1 niece, they're attentive, but they're sort of like not as attentive. They're like, you can do it by yourself. And they would run on ahead. Whereas the younger ones that didn't know me before, they would like take my bag, walk alongside me, and these ones would say, you can do it.
So the ones that know me are pushing you, challenging you to do it, and the ones who didn't know you are, they're there for you. But the main thing I'm hearing from you though, Carol, is that family has always been there.
Oh yes,
family has always been there. And family is important to you.
And in my earlier days when I was in the hospital after my operation, my dad and mum never missed a day. If he came in the morning, she came in the afternoon. If she came vice versa, they were always there. And just caring and doing.
So Carol, this has changed your whole life, but has it been all negative, or have you had some good times nonetheless?
I've had some good times. I can't say it was all. It's been all negative.
Fantastic.
I used to in the earlier times. I used to feel sorry for myself, and then all these like negative thoughts used to kick in and stuff. But now I'm just like, you know what? Just make the most of what it is. Don't dwell on the past and what was. You can talk about the past, and I played badminton really well, and I was a sprint runner and things like that. But don't make it hold you back to the point of you get all depressed and down and thinking I can I should have been and I also in the time of being ill, in the time of being less able to do things, I found that I had a closer walk with in my Christian life.
Awesome.
And so I was I even decided to get baptized and I looked at things differently and more seriously. That life is short and what I can do today, don't put off what's tomorrow.
Beautiful.
And but I'm happy with it. I can't say I'm sad and
you've learned to live with it.
I've adapted to
your life now.
Yes.
Fantastic. And I also remember that not only did you always have sweets, but I've heard you tell children's story many times.
Oh yes. But I have actually now.
Mhm.
I've taken a little time out.
Yeah, but I have been around for a while and I've heard you tell stories, and the children were always very responsive to you. So you're a good storyteller as well.
I am.
Well done.
But I have nerves as well, and they kick in. And
nobody would know, because when you're telling those stories and you're interacting with the children, they have been listening to you. They've never ever turned their back or not listen, and we are also enjoying your stories. So thank you for that.
Oh, because I was aware of me not seeing too well and missing a word and skipping a line.
I think we know what you're saying, and we've always enjoyed your stories.
Oh,
we've always enjoyed your
I was
stories.
more concerned and aware that often because of my eyesight, I don't see well, and I miss lines, I miss words, and the children who I'm telling the stories to, they pick up on it and they want to go back to their mom and dad, or they sleep.
Well, what I do know is that the children always sit and listen. I've only seen them sit and listen. Maybe the little babies, but not the older ones.
And then I get a bit, and then nerves kick in. I start to time myself before presenting it, and I think I don't want it to be longer than 5 minutes. And then when I go over it and practice, whatever I do, it's like 9 minutes, and I'm thinking, no, that's too long because I'm gonna be left by myself.
No.
I'm gonna be left by myself, and everybody's gone back to. All the children gone back to their sleep.
But that has never happened, so you've always been able to keep their interest, and we're happy by that. Now, Carol, have you ever traveled outside of this country before?
Oh yeah.
Where have you gone to?
I visited my grandmother in Jamaica. And that used to be my yearly visit.
Okay.
And she died at the near enough 199.
Wow.
And so since she's gone, I have been places. I've been like Norfolk. I've been Cornwall, and I've been country to visit my family, Sheffield, and
good. So you have been doing a bit of traveling around.
Yes.
Lovely.
And I've actually ventured back into the gym and
nice
things like that, but I haven't done any air miles or anything,
but
yet.
I like that spirit, Carol,
because it
haven't
takes
done
a lot
yet.
of planning.
Yes.
Because I need somebody to support me and do, and then I have to save up.
Yeah. So you're independent, and you're conscious of working for what you want.
Yes.
and planning for what you want. Now, Carol, you mentioned that you have whatever activity you're going to take part in requires planning. What do you need help with? What are the main things you need help with?
Just things like the left hand is weak and it doesn't grip. So like, for instance, when I'm at the gym now and I'm doing the bike, they put Velcro on my hand to hold it onto the handlebars.
Wow.
And likewise, just someone to strap my foot in.
Yeah.
And otherwise, all the other equipment in the gym,
you can use
use.
So you can use your barbell,
yes.
and
I could do the treadmill and
really
all of that without any Velcro. And
you are brave, because I have not been on the treadmill because I'm so scared that it's going to run away with me, because I don't know how to stabilize myself. So for you, that's giving me incentive now, Carol. So thank you for that. How often do you go to the gym?
Twice
per week.
I started out with once.
Yeah.
And then I was given a tip that it would be recommended that I done another day, because by the time I do one day and I wait for that week to come again that day to come again, and a week's gone by.
Yeah, yeah.
So it would be recommended that I do 2 days.
And what are the 2 days that you do?
I do Monday and Thursday.
Okay, lovely. And how long have you been going to the gym?
Oh, I've recently started back, but I've been going there for a good few years now.
Wow, lovely.
I would say since I was about 10 years.
Awesome. And is it a mixed gym or is it
It's
a
a
women's
mixed gym, but the session I go to is a women's group.
Okay.
And the trainers are
accommodate
women,
you? Yeah.
and it's only women.
Oh, lovely.
And it's nice. I've been to mixed sessions.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's okay. Well, you prefer the
Yeah.
women's. All right. Now, Carol, you spoke about the fact that you had a closer walk with God. You became more serious. If you were to give advice to young people, those who may have had a disability or young people in general, what would your advice to them be?
I would say, whatever you're going through, just be positive, and just that I would also add that God is able and everything's possible with God.
Thank you very much, Carol. It has been an absolute pleasure talking with you. Thank you for sharing this with us. And I know that anybody who watches this video will be blessed and will be encouraged by your words and by your attitude to life and by the life that you're presently living. Thank you very much, Carol. Thank you ever so much. I really do appreciate it.
Like eagles and soar. When I call on Jesus, mountains are gonna fall. 'Cause he'll move heaven and earth to come rest